One of these baby ospreys is in danger, Earth Rangers, because he's trapped under that plastic bag. He could suffocate under there. Ospreys sometimes use litter they find to build their nests. They don't know it's dangerous. But luckily, people watching on the park's wildlife cameras saw the hatchlings were in trouble and started sending lots of messages to the park, who called in a rescuer, Ben. Ben's a wildlife biologist and an osprey expert at the Conserve Wildlife Foundation of New Jersey. He's part of a team that monitors and protects ospreys all along the New Jersey coast. When Ben got word that an osprey baby needed help, he came as fast as he could. But how is he gonna get way up there? Don't worry, Earth Rangers. Ben's got a plan. But first, why is this osprey nest on top of a telephone pole? The answer's actually pretty simple. It's not a telephone pole. It's a special bird nesting platform. Ospreys need to build their nests high off the ground, but because of human activity, a lot of their natural habitat is gone. So, wildlife conservationists put up poles like this one for the fishhawks to use. Oh, sorry to be confusing, Earth Rangers. Fishhawk is another name for osprey because they like to catch and eat fish. Also, seahawk and a riverhawk. I'm sensing a theme here. But enough about that. Back to the rescue. Hang on, baby birds. Help's coming. Ben's still on the ground, but not for long. The town sent over a city worker with a giant arm truck that had a basket to lift Ben up to the nest. Oh, come on. Gotta get to those birds. Whoa, we are really high up here. Be careful, Ben, but also hurry. Almost there. There goes the mama osprey.
Hey, Mama. You're okay.
She's gonna come back, right? Ben was almost at the nest now. Oh, made it! But did he get there in time? Is the baby okay? Ben wasn't sure at first, until the baby's moving under there. He got there just in time. But this rescue isn't over yet. He still needs to get the bag off, somehow. There's their mom. Ben had to be careful. He didn't want to hurt any of the little hatchlings. First, just gonna move you two over here. Notice how still they are? Baby ospreys do that when they're nervous. Oh, you guys are really cute. Okay, let's find that trapped baby. I can hear him. Where is he? Wait, I can't hear him anymore. Ben, what's happening?
Goodness, you're just totally covered here.
Wait, is that... Do I see? Yes! Ben did it, Earth Rangers!
Hey, you, I got you, man. Hey, dude. You're okay.
Now that all the birds were safe, Ben cleaned all the plastic from the nest. Dangerous messes like this one are why it's important for humans not to leave garbage in the wild. If you find any, clean it up, Earth Rangers. When he was done, Ben gently placed each hatchling right in the middle of the nest, knowing Mom would be back to check on her babies soon. But as Ben was getting ready to leave, the hatchling he rescued looked right at him, almost like he was saying, thanks. Ben's an honorary Earth Ranger in my book, maybe even Earth Ranger of the Year. I'm so glad groups like the Conserve Wildlife Foundation of New Jersey are out there helping wild animals. Maverick? Ugh, what is going on inside your shell? From the outside, you look like a totally average box turtle. But inside, things are getting weird. It's a turtle mystery, Earth Rangers. Okay, here's what happened. When Maverick first showed up here at BeWild Reptile Rescue, it was because he had a tiny wound on his left foot. No big deal, right? But during his checkup, Nicole, she's one of the turtle rescuers, she noticed something strange. Above his injured foot, she found this. What's so strange about a little mud? Well, it wasn't a little mud. As she brushed it away, more came out. And more? And more? What? Why does Maverick have never-ending dirt coming out of his shell? Every time Nicole thought she got it all, more came out. But then, things got weirder. Because the space where all the gunk was coming from was where Maverick's stomach should be. Wait, what? How? The team at BeWild had never seen anything like this. And they've helped over 700 reptiles. Like Horchata, a tortoise whose belly was full of rocks. And Cinna, a leopard gecko covered in dead skin because of a vitamin deficiency. I see that a lot, unfortunately. The medical experts at BeWild are constantly using their skills to save reptiles, often pets who haven't gotten proper care. The rescue team was now really worried about Maverick. When Nicole finally cleared all the debris, over 100 grams of it, they braced themselves for the worst. What would they find in Maverick's mystery pocket? A major injury or a serious infection? Nope, just skin. Normal turtle skin. What? No injury. But if Maverick's stomach wasn't here, where was it? Oh, this mystery is blowing my mind, Earth Rangers. They took Maverick to see a special vet who's an expert on all things turtle. And you'll never believe what the x-rays showed, Earth Rangers. Maverick had been living with a giant empty space inside his shell for years. That space, all the space actually, is supposed to be full of, turtle. The vet said the space probably started out small, but as more dirt and mud got jammed in there, the tiny pocket of empty stretched to hold more. And then his body adapted and moved other stuff out of the way to make room for more dirt. Amazing! Reptiles are some of the most adaptive creatures on Earth. Probably why we've been seeing them around for hundreds of millions of years. But all that body stretching made his leg rub against his shell, which is how he got the injury on his leg. Mystery solved. Sort of. We still don't know what started all this. But good news, Earth Rangers. Now that the inside of Maverick's shell is clean, the empty space is shrinking. It won't ever go away completely, but if it's kept clean, it won't get big again. I just wish we knew what caused this to happen. But, what are the odds we'll ever see another case like Maverick? What? Another box turtle? With the same problem? Werthers, how did you get this way? The mystery continues. Well, Werthers has come to the right place, because Nicole's done this before. There we go, all cleaned out. But what caused this? The same thing happening to two turtles can't be a coincidence, can it? Time for some detective work. Nicole and the BeWild team studied the turtles' medical records to look for clues. And then they realized something. Both Maverick and Werthers were wild turtles who had been taken out of the wild and kept as pets. That can't be good. Wild animals most often belong in the wild. Right, Earth Rangers? The BeWild team suspects that some bedding material in their terrariums, possibly coconut fiber substrate, may have gotten compacted in the space above their legs, and that caused the pockets to start forming. Mystery solved. Again, we think. Because of their conditions and because they were kept as pets, both Maverick and Werthers can't be returned to the wild. But the BeWild team is going to help them find safe homes with loving owners who know how to care for special turtles with extra pockets. Unfortunately, a lot of wild turtles like Maverick and Werthers get taken home as pets when they really shouldn't, and that can cause big problems for them. If you ever find an injured or sick turtle in the wild, don't try to rescue them by yourself. Contact a wildlife rehabilitator like BeWild for help. They'll know what to do. That's why I'm adding Nicole and the rest of the BeWild team to my list of candidates for Earth Ranger of the Year. Great work, BeWild! When Zelda opened her eyes, she was not in the wild. The wild didn't have soft blankets. Where was she? And why didn't her legs work? Zelda didn't know how long she'd been asleep, but she knew she was in trouble. The day before, an animal rescuer found her on the side of the road, looking really sick. At first, the rescuer thought Zelda might be a dog, but she was actually a young coyote. Coyotes are canines that live all across North America, Earth Rangers. They eat dead things, and help prevent the spread of diseases. Basically, they're nature's cleanup crew. But Zelda was too sick to do that. She didn't even remember being rescued. Her rescuer took her to BeWild Rehab, a special place in Louisiana where they help wild animals. The team at BeWild was worried. Zelda couldn't even lift her head. What was wrong with her? They took x-rays and ran tests, but they couldn't find any broken bones or detect any diseases, which meant they still had no clue why Zelda was sick. They could tell by how skinny she was that Zelda hadn't been eating. So they used a syringe to squirt food into her mouth. And after a few days of small meals, she held up her head. It was a good sign and meant she was ready for raw chicken. Yum? If you're a coyote, that is. But they still didn't know what was wrong with Zelda. They massaged her muscles and stretched her legs. They even used a special laser. Zelda had no idea what they were doing, but she liked how it felt. But was any of this going to work? But the team at Geaux wasn't going to quit, and neither was Zelda. Every day she practiced moving her legs, and eventually she was scooting. Maybe if she tried to push herself up. Oh, come on, Zelda, you can do it. And she did. She was wobbly, but this was a huge deal, Earth Rangers, because it meant her treatment was working. Then the team at Geaux had an idea. If they moved Zelda into a bigger space, maybe that would encourage her to move even more. Zelda explored and totally trashed the place, which, in Zelda's opinion, was just some minor redecorating. Ah, perfect. She also decided to sleep under her bed instead of on it. Zelda's kinda weird. She was moving so much, the rescuers decided to move her to an even bigger space, outdoors. Zelda could see and smell the wild. It was right there. Was that a squirrel? Ooh, and are these crickets? By the way, coyotes don't just eat dead things, Earth Rangers. They eat lots of stuff. Plants, animals, even bugs. Zelda walked every day, and every night too, with a few snack breaks in between. Then one day, the rescuers took her out of her enclosure to clean it. Except this time, they didn't put her back inside. Were they taking her to an even bigger space? Sorta, Earth Rangers. They were taking her to the biggest space of all, the wild. Zelda could hardly believe it. But when they opened the door to set her free, she didn't move. She was too nervous. What if she still wasn't ready? But then, one of the rescuers bent down and gave her a little pet. And that was enough to help her be brave and run. Go, Zelda! Zelda was so excited, she jumped into a creek and started swimming. Finally, back in the wild, where she belonged. Coyotes aren't big on goodbyes, but I'm pretty sure Zelda was thankful for her rescuers. Because taking care of a wild coyote isn't easy, especially when you don't know what's wrong with them. That's why I'm putting the team at BeWild Rehab on my list of candidates for Earth Ranger of the Year. Great job, BeWild! Phoebe, what is on your face? Whatever it is, it looks amazing. Brown leather, no eye holes, cool straps. Wait, no eye holes? Why is Phoebe wearing a mask that blocks her vision? Also, why is that person shining a red light on her? Maybe this has something to do with her injury. Oh, sorry, Earth Rangers. You're probably even more confused than I am. Say hello to Phoebe. She's a Merlin. Merlins are speedy little falcons who can zoom through the sky at over 60 miles per hour. That's almost cheetah speed. But when Phoebe arrived at Busch Wildlife Sanctuary, she wasn't fast at all. She was moving like 0 miles per hour because her wing was broken. If Phoebe was ever gonna fly again, she needed some serious help. But don't worry, Earth Rangers. The team at Busch Wildlife Sanctuary had a plan to save her. They've helped thousands of injured animals get better, so they could go back to the wild. Like these ducks. And these tiny rabbits. Cuteness. And this giant tortoise. And this... Oh, wait, no rush. You take your time, tortoise. Bye-bye. These honorary Earth Rangers treated Phoebe's broken wing and took care of her until it healed. But even after all that, Phoebe's wings still hurt too much to fly. Which is a pretty big deal if you're someone who loves to catch her food while zooming through the air. Phoebe was really worried. What if she never flew again? But I've got some breaking news, Earth Rangers. Busch Wildlife Sanctuary has found a game changer. Dr. Heather Johnston, with a new way to help injured animals like Phoebe. And you won't believe what it is. Are you ready? Laser therapy! For birds? What? Don't worry. Dr. Johnston assures me it won't hurt a bit. She's going to shine a special light on Phoebe's injured wing that will stimulate her cells, reduce pain, and... Oh, I see. That's what the red light is, isn't it? This is laser therapy. We're doing it right now. And that hood blocks Phoebe's vision to help keep her calm while protecting her eyes from the super bright laser. But what Phoebe really wants to know is, does it work? Well, Earth Rangers, are you ready to find out?
Girl.
It does! Phoebe's feeling better, flapping stronger, and flying. Short flights only, which means she still can't go back to the wild. But I've got more breaking news. Phoebe is going to become one of the sanctuary's animal ambassadors. Basically, a bird celebrity. Her job? Teaching people all about Merlins and how to protect them. Which makes Phoebe an honorary Earth Ranger, just like her rescuers, who are definitely going on my list of candidates for Earth Ranger of the Year.
Oh, I was just thinking of my favorite joke. Want to hear it? What do you call a fish with no eyes? Psh! 'Cause there's no eye. It's a thinker. I'm a bit of a jokester around here, but actually, fish are no joke. See, that's kind of the whole reason I'm here. They call this place Fish School. Isn't that funny? Like a school of fish, but I'm learning how to eat them. Yes! When Seal Rescue Ireland found me, I was a little less this and a little more this. I was a tired pup and a tiny pup. A tired, tiny pup. But luckily, the good people at Seal Rescue Ireland had a ton of experience with tired, tiny pups. They do all kinds of stuff to help seals. That makes them official Earth Rangers in my book. Like giving my friend Galaxy this pretend seal mom that makes her feel comforted. And a lot of the seals are sick and need this eye stuff. And this giant green brain! Ah! Oh, it's just a fish game. And then they bring them back to the wild. So, when these honorary Earth Rangers said to me, Spruce, that's me. Did I say that already? Spruce, we got you. We're gonna take you to the perfect place where you can get stronger and learn how to find food in the wild. And I was like, you had me at bubble baths. And they were like, we didn't say bubble baths yet. Soon, I was getting used to my new home. Well, it wasn't going to be my home forever, just until I got big enough and got my energy back. Then I'd go back to the wild. But until then, oh, love this heated bath mat. I had my work cut out. Sorry, just one more second on the bath mat. Okay, I had my work cut out for me. I was very small for a pup my age. When other seals at the rescue went back to the wild, they looked like this. For reference, this is me. This is Momeen. Me, Momeen. Me, me. Did I get ya? Whoa, where are we going? And what is this white fancy thing? This is like a bathtub with a million holes in it. Where's the water gonna go? Where Where are the fish gonna go? Huh? Oh, they're weighing me. Every week, I had to be weighed on the scale to see if I was big enough to go back to the wild. Nope, still not momine size. Anyway, back to the tub. And can I tell you a secret about this bath? It has medicine in it. I don't know what that means, but the honorary Earth Rangers said that while I was splashing around, my cuts would also heal. Is there something on my face? Okay, sometimes it had medicine. Other times, it had fish. And then one day, something weird happened. The big white fancy thing didn't bring me to the scale. It brought me here. A giant bathtub with other seals. I guess I had to learn how to hold my own in a big pool. What if I don't know what to do? Am I doing it right? Is this swimming? Is it tail up or tail down? Oh, there we go. But I kept doing my 3 favorite things. Eating fish, getting weighed, and what was the third thing? Oh yeah, being a goof. One by one, all of my friends started getting big enough to go back to the wild. And I started to wonder, when's it gonna be Spruce's turn? I've eaten all the fish. I've swum circles around the pool. And yet, here I am again in the white fancy thing. I just wanna... Wait, where are we going now? This looks like... Is it? It is! This is a beach. This is my home. I'm back in the wild. They did it. My rescuers saved me. So long, rescue. You keep that bath mat warm for the next seal pup. Bye for now.
Hey! Who left these balls here in the gym? Wait, I've never seen a ball like that. What is that? Some old-timey mini basketball? Ah! Oh, it's moving. Oh, what is happening? What is that? Looks like a giant scuttlebug or a runaway coconut with legs. Whatever it is, it's on a mission. What is it doing in the school gym? Trying to set a new school record in the 100-meter dash? Planning an invasion of armored hamsters? Oh, wait. Freeze. This looks like an armadillo. Enhance? Yes! A 3-banded armadillo, in fact. The only type of armadillo that can roll up into a perfect ball. When they get scared or threatened by a predator, or even just to rest, they armor up like a tiny transformer and bam! Curl into a perfect, impenetrable orb as if they just rage quit reality. But as far as I know, they live in South America. So what is it doing in the school gym? Wait, what's all this? Oh, it looks like there's some sort of show happening. Earth Rangers. But what's with all the running around? Is it just doing a warm-up for the big presentation? No, I think it's doing the final check to make sure everything is perfect for the show. Yep, these chairs are where they're supposed to be. Doors are locked. Good. Screen is set up. Check. Cables are plugged in. I think everything's good to go. Let's see what happens. Wow, they brought a real-life eagle into the school? This is crazy. These Earth Rangers are out of control. And wait, here comes that armadillo again.
Okay, so this here is my friend Millie.
Aha! Her name is Millie. Interesting. Look, she's getting filmed and projected onto the big screen. Oh, and she's getting some tasty treats. Hey, can I have some of that? Oh, never mind. Definitely not. I forgot that armadillos love to eat bugs. They use their long, sticky tongues to slurp up ants, termites, or mealworms like a living vacuum cleaner. And the audience is loving it. Well done, Millie. Okay, I think I've solved the mystery. See, Millie is an animal ambassador, and that's how she helps Earth Rangers to teach kids about biodiversity and conservation. It's serious business. If you want to find out more about the Earth Rangers Animal Ambassadors, visit earthrangers.com. And who knows, Maybe one day, Millie will come to your school.
This duck is getting a bubble bath because something terrible happened to him. It was dark when the call came in, but the team from the New England Wildlife Centers were ready. When animals are in trouble, these heroes don't sleep. The birds needed them. They were covered in oil and couldn't fly. Catching them wasn't easy. The birds were scared. Come on, guys, they're just trying to help you. The rescue went late into the night. But did they get them all? They brought as many as they could back to the animal hospital. That's when the hard part really started. They needed to get the oil off fast. But how? It was so sticky and gross. But these honorary Earth Rangers have been training for this. They suited up, and out came the soap and water. They needed to get the mixture just right. Get it wrong, and they could hurt the birds even more. They tested the mixture on a single feather. Perfect. And they were off. They worked for hours. The birds were so grateful to be clean. Yikes! Well, some more than others. They worked all night, and before they knew it, it was morning. But they'd only cleaned a handful of birds so far. They were already exhausted. Could they really wash them all? Well, Earth Rangers, they were certainly gonna try, but there wasn't a moment to spare. It took them 5 days to wash all the birds, until finally, the last one was clean. Phew! But now, there was another problem. Birds like ducks and geese have a special oil that makes their feathers waterproof. When you see them biting their feathers or preening, they're actually spreading that oil around. But the soap had washed it all away. Without it, the birds could sink. First up, a dip in the pool. Supervised, of course. That would encourage the birds to start preening. But what they needed most of all was time. They were moved to an outdoor pen to rest and recover. But when would they be ready to go back to the wild? Not yet. Almost. Now! After a whole month at the hospital, the birds passed their medical tests, and they were ready to go back to the wild. But how was the team going to release all of them at once? They lined up the crates, opened the doors, and one by one, the birds came out until they were all safe and sound. When oil gets into the environment, it really hurts wildlife. We're lucky these animal-saving heroes were there to help. That's why I'm nominating the team from the New England Wildlife Centers for Earth Rangers of the Year. You can help animals too, by making sure you dispose of your garbage properly. And don't dump anything in nature that you're not supposed to. Animals will thank you, just like these birds thanked their heroes.
What is that? It looks familiar and floppy. Oh, I remember. It's my tail. People say, Bo, you have the most beautiful tail I've ever seen. Okay, well, maybe not all people. Just this person. Alexis! She rescued me when I was just a kit. That's a fancy word for baby beaver. I was so cute. Of course, I'm still cute, even if I am missing one of my eyes. But hang on, I'm jumping ahead. I was separated from my family when I was just a baby. But Alexis saved me! She's a wildlife rescuer, an honorary Earth Ranger. She brought me here to Wild for Life Rescue and Rehabilitation, where she took good care of me. Oh, and she gave me these! They are seriously the best thing anybody could taste. I'll save this one for later. That's Beaver for I love you, apples. I mean, Alexis. Now, I'm not not the only animal here.
Hello. Hi. Well, hello there.
Animals come here, get the love and care they need, and then go back out into the wild.
Bye!
Alexis gave me a special job at the rescue. I'm branch manager. I have no idea what that means, but it's very important. Alexis said beavers are super important for wetlands. Our dams can prevent flooding, wildfires, and droughts. Cool, right? One of my first branch manager duties was welcoming Arrow. No, wait! That's a stuffy. That's Arrow. I was like, come on, Arrow. I'll give you a tour. Check out the indoor pool. Just wait till you try apples. Oh, yeah! The eye story. So, you know how some things happen that you can't prepare for? Well, I got sick. One of my eyes got very cloudy, and I couldn't see. They tried really hard, but couldn't save my eye, and the vet had to remove it. But don't worry, I'm still a happy beaver. Alexis made sure of it. And you know what? This whole thing is mine. But Bo, that pond is so small. Oh, that's not my pond. This is my pond. I'm so good at swimming. I love the water. Dry land's just okay. Remember my tail? It's basically a big paddle. And with my giant flippers, swimming's a breeze. I could spend all day here, but just as I was living my best life, this happened. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Look at Alexis. How is she so calm? This is a major disaster. Oh, I guess she was ready for this. She moved us inside. So much warmer. And there's still snacks. You got any more? That cozy beaver's Gretchen. That's right. I have 2 beaver friends. Right now, Alexis is getting them ready to go back to the wild. And me? It'll be hard for me to survive out there with just one eye. So, I'm happy to stay right here at Wild for Life Rescue and Rehabilitation. Alexis is really going to need my help. After all, I am the branch manager. I guess that kind of makes me an honorary Earth Ranger too. If I were a person, I'd totally get the Earth Rangers app and probably be like level 80 by now. Anyway, back to work. Who put these here?
Is that a porcupine? A really fast porcupine? This prickly speedster is Spruce. And that giant wheel? It's helping her get back in shape because Spruce is trying to get home. Spruce might be fast now, but she wasn't always this way, Earth Rangers. When she first got to Wild for Life Rescue and Rehabilitation, she could barely move, like at all. She had mange. That's a skin problem caused by microscopic creatures called mites. Lots of animals can get mange, especially porcupines. It's not fun. Spruce was in big trouble. She had a hard time moving her legs, and she couldn't eat.
No, cutie.
She wouldn't have made it without help. So, what does an honorary Earth Ranger do when she sees an animal in trouble? She jumps into action. Meet Alexis, Spruce's human mom and hero. She took Spruce to the vet right away. They gave her important medicine that would hopefully help clear up her skin. But would it work? Alexis and Spruce would have to wait and see. A few days later, the scabs started falling off. It meant she was healing. Ugh, that's kind of gross. Anyway, once all the scabs fell off, there was another problem. Spruce's belly was bare. And with the winter weather, that was bad news. She needed that fur to keep her warm, which meant she had a long way to go before she could get home. But Alexis was ready to help. She set Spruce up in an indoor enclosure with her own tree where she could heal. It was perfect for sleeping during the day and getting into mischief at night. Who knew that under that injured animal was a secret escape artist? She started testing the enclosure. She climbed the bars, disabled the camera, what? Opened the door, and stole a midnight snack. Wow, Spruce was one smart porcupine with lots of energy. But did that mean she was ready to go back to the wild? Almost. But first, she needed to get back into shape. What? It's true. You have to move fast in the wild, you know? Porcupines need to be on the lookout for coyotes and bobcats. That's when Alexis came up with the best idea. The big wheel. It was time for Spruce to run. She was slow at first, but before long, she was zooming. You go, girl! And with her belly fur growing in, it was time to get Spruce back outside. If she was going to go home to the wild, she needed to get used to cold air again. And then one day, she was ready. Alexis moved Spruce into a crate and carried her off to a perfect porcupine paradise, the woods. It was another successful wildlife release for Alexis. Alexis truly loves the animals she cares for. That's why I'm nominating her for Earth Ranger of the Year.
Hello, baby birds. Looks like Mom's got a big juicy grasshopper for you. Personally, not my favorite snack, but you babies seem to like it. Hey, number 1, you ate all of it. Haven't you heard of a little thing called sharing? You've still got 99 more meals to eat today. No time to explain that now. Mom's gotta get back out there. But first, head count. 1, 2, 3, wait, where's 4? It's like one big blob of baby bird in here. Aha! 4! Whew, everyone's here. But a few weeks ago, Mom wasn't so sure. Because the only thing in your nest was one beautiful blue egg. Until the next day, when there were 2. And the day after that, yup, egg number 3. Who was putting them there? Oh, Mom, of course. How many more would there be? Robins usually lay 1 egg a day until they're done. And for your family, 4 was the perfect number. Mom had to sit on you to keep you warm. It took 2 whole weeks, but eventually, you hatched. Well, some of you did. Mom was like, hello, number 4, are you in there? You weren't all late at once, maybe you wouldn't all hatch at once either. Did you just need some extra sitting? Uh-oh. Why weren't you hatching? Was something wrong? Mom was worried, but she didn't give up. Finally, you decided to join your siblings. Your eyes were still closed, but your mouths were open. Adorable? I'm sure Mom thought so, but these 4 noisy, bottomless food holes needed food, which meant Mom had to get to work. Looking, aha! She got a worm. Hey! Stop! Squirming! Gotcha. Here you go! Some classic bird cuisine. This time, maybe try sharing? After all, that wiggler is so big there's no possible way one of you could eat the whole... Oh, we really need to work on that. But also, impressive. And totally normal, because one baby robin can swallow 12 inches of worms in a single day. Which is why your mom has to feed the 4 of you almost 100 times a day. But why do you need to eat so much? And more importantly, how's Mom going to keep up this pace? She's racing back and forth. Worms, yuck. Bugs, also yuck. Berries, juicy. Feeding one baby, then another, and then another. And then zooming back out again. It's like a never-ending buffet where the customers won't stop screaming. More food! Mom! That's a lot of food gathering. And Mom, she's out there in the wild, doing it all. Even when she's tired, even when the worms are slimy and the bugs try to escape, because moms will do anything for their babies. Okay, just to be clear, robin dads do help too. Look at Mom go. How long can she keep this up? Weeks? Months? Years? Wait, I just noticed something. You babies are growing. Fast. Really fast. Oh, I see. That's why baby robins need to eat so much. Because you grow super fast. And you leave your nest just a few weeks after you're born to start finding food and surviving on your own. Like the 4 of you can now, thanks to your mom, who raised and constantly fed 4 fierce little food finders, ready to fly off on their own adventures. And you can help bird families too, Earth Rangers, by planting some native wildflowers in your yard. They help attract the bugs that birds need to survive. Just download the Earth Rangers app to learn more. Seriously, I didn't think those babies would ever stop eating. They're like, nom, nom, nom. They kept screaming. They're like, nom, nom. They're like, mom, worms, mom, worms, mom, worms. Anyway.